the internet exploded overnight. Suddenly, Naomi Campbell's name was trending alongside Jeffrey Epstein. Again. Viral posts claimed leaked footage existed. Headlines screamed about sealed files. Anonymous accounts alleged federal action. Within hours, social media was flooded with dramatic captions, blurred screenshots, and bold claims that felt bigger than anything before. But here's the problem. When accusations this serious go viral, the line between fact and fiction disappears fast. No confirmed arrest announcement, no official federal press conference, no publicly verified court documents showing what some posts were claiming. Yet the narrative moved at lightning speed. Clips from old interviews resurfaced. Photos from past events were re-examined. Years-old associations were reframed as evidence. And once the word Epstein enters a headline, emotions skyrocket instantly. Naomi has previously acknowledged knowing Epstein socially, saying she was unaware of his crimes at the time. She has denied involvement in any wrongdoing. But on the internet, denial rarely slows momentum. Because when federal investigations trend and powerful names appear in the same sentence, people assume something explosive must be happening behind the scenes. So what's actually real? What's speculation? And how does a global supermodel's name end up at the center of one of the most volatile rumor storms online? Before jumping to conclusions, we need to break down what's confirmed and what might just be the internet doing what it does best. Before emotions take over, we have to separate two things very clearly: what is documented and what is circulating online. First, the verified facts. Naomi Campbell has publicly acknowledged that she knew Jeffrey Epstein socially. Like many public figures, she moved in elite circles where he appeared at events and gatherings. In past interviews, she stated that she was unaware of the crimes he was committing and said she was sickened when the details became public. She has denied any involvement in wrongdoing. There is no publicly confirmed federal arrest warrant issued for her related to Epstein trafficking. There has been no official DOJ announcement charging her with recruitment or trafficking crimes. No verified court documents show that she was arrested for auctioning girls. Those claims currently exist in online rumor spaces, not in confirmed federal records. Now let's talk about what's viral. Viral posts often start with emotionally charged language, leaked footage, sealed indictment, judge signed off, feds moving quietly. These phrases create urgency and authority, even when no official documentation accompanies them. Then screenshots appear, blurry images, out-of-context clips, anonymous sources. The problem: anonymous posts aren't evidence, and in high-profile cases like Epstein's, real federal filings are public record when charges are brought. Another factor fueling confusion is the ongoing release and discussion of Epstein-related documents over the years. Each time files are unsealed, and social media begins scanning names rapidly, but appearing in contact books, flight logs, or social photos does not automatically equal criminal involvement. Investigators have repeatedly clarified that association alone does not imply guilt. However, in online culture, nuance rarely trends. Here's how rumor cycles typically escalate. A big name appears in proximity to a controversial figure. Old photos resurface. Clips are reframed with dramatic captions. Anonymous accounts claim inside information. The absence of immediate denial is interpreted as confirmation. Once that cycle begins, it becomes self-sustaining. Naomi has been involved in controversies before, from testifying in the Charles Taylor trial about so-called blood diamonds, to being connected socially to other high-profile figures who later faced scandals. Those past headlines make it easier for new rumors to stick, even when they are unrelated. That's an important psychological factor. When someone has prior controversy in their history, audiences are more likely to believe future accusations, even without evidence. This doesn't mean investigations never happen. It means verified investigations are announced clearly through official legal channels. Federal agencies do not rely on vague internet leaks to signal arrests. Court documents are filed, charges are detailed, attorneys respond. Major news outlets confirm through multiple sources. If such a major arrest warrant existed, it would be reported across every credible outlet within minutes. Right now, what's dominating social media is speculation, not confirmed federal action. That distinction matters. Because allegations involving trafficking and recruitment are not minor rumors. They are serious crimes that require serious evidence, and presenting speculation as fact can damage reputations irreversibly. It's also important to remember that Epstein's case involved many layers of investigation. Over the years, dozens of names have circulated online without formal charges ever being filed against them. The public appetite for accountability is strong, but so is the risk of misidentification and narrative overreach. So the real story here might not be about a secret arrest order. It might be about how quickly the internet can escalate from association to accusation. And once that escalation happens, it becomes incredibly difficult to reverse. To understand why Naomi Campbell's name can suddenly trend alongside explosive accusations, you have to understand how guilt by association narratives are built in the digital age. It rarely starts with evidence, it starts with proximity. When a controversial figure like Jeffrey Epstein is exposed, the public immediately looks outward. Who knew him? Who attended events? Who appeared in photos? Who was listed in contact books? That instinct is understandable. People want accountability. They want to know who enabled harm. But proximity is not proof. High-profile individuals often move in overlapping social circles. Fundraisers, fashion events, private parties, charity galas, business gatherings. A photo at an event doesn't automatically indicate knowledge of criminal activity. Yet visually it creates association. And association is powerful. Once a person's image appears next to someone later convicted of crimes, that image becomes symbolic. It becomes a shortcut in the public mind. Instead of asking what did they know, the narrative shifts to they must have known. This is where confirmation bias takes over. If someone already believes that powerful elites protect each other, then every photo becomes validation. Every handshake becomes suspicious. Every past interview is reinterpreted with hindsight. Add in viral culture, and things escalate even faster. Here's the formula. Old photos are resurfaced. Clips are trimmed to remove context. Dramatic music is added. Bold captions are written in all caps. Anonymous federal sources are cited without names. Now the content feels authoritative, even if it isn't. Another key factor is emotional fatigue. The Epstein case left the public deeply frustrated. His death in custody created unresolved anger. Many people feel that powerful individuals escaped consequences. That frustration creates an appetite for visible accountability. When official processes move slowly or appear incomplete, online communities attempt to finish the investigation themselves. That's when speculation expands. Names that appear in flight logs, regardless of reason for travel, get treated as confirmed participants. Social connections get reframed as operational involvement. Lack of immediate legal action is interpreted as cover-up, but real investigations operate differently than internet narratives. Federal agencies build cases based on documented evidence, communications, financial trails, witness testimony, digital records. They do not rely on social media trends. And when charges are filed, they are filed publicly with specific counts. It's also important to understand something else. High-profile rumors generate revenue. YouTube titles, TikTok clips, blog headlines, ad revenue. The more shocking the claim, the more engagement it receives. Arrest imminent generates more clicks than no confirmed charges. That incentive structure rewards exaggeration. In Naomi's case, she has publicly denied involvement in wrongdoing. She has stated that she was unaware of Epstein's crimes at the time she knew him socially. That denial doesn't stop speculation, because denial rarely satisfies people who are emotionally convinced. Another reason narratives stick is pattern stacking. People begin connecting unrelated controversies to form a larger story: past legal testimonies, social ties to other controversial figures, old interviews. Once multiple unrelated events are placed side by side, they create the illusion of a consistent pattern, even if the situations are legally separate. Humans are wired to see patterns, but pattern recognition can become overreach when context is removed. There's also a legal dimension. Defamation laws exist because accusations of criminal conduct carry enormous weight. That's why responsible reporting requires documentation. If a judge signs an arrest warrant, it becomes a public record. If a federal indictment is filed, it includes case numbers and specific charges. Without those documents, viral claims remain allegations, not facts. Another dynamic at play is silence. When a celebrity does not immediately respond to a rumor, people interpret that silence in multiple ways. Some see legal advice, others see guilt. In reality, high-profile individuals are often advised not to comment on viral speculation because engaging can amplify it further. But silence is easily weaponized in narrative culture. The final piece of this puzzle is timing. When new Epstein-related documents are discussed publicly, attention returns to everyone who ever appeared in his orbit. That renewed focus can resurrect years-old associations and give them fresh emotional intensity. But renewed attention is not the same as new charges. That distinction is critical. In high-stakes cases involving trafficking and abuse, responsible conversation matters. Demanding accountability based on verified evidence is valid. Spreading unverified accusations as fact is not. Right now, what's driving viral posts about Naomi Campbell is narrative momentum, not confirmed federal action. And once momentum builds, it can feel real. But feeling real and being legally verified are two very different things. When accusations this serious start trending, the consequences aren't just digital, they're real. Allegations involving trafficking, recruitment, or federal arrest aren't minor rumors. They can permanently damage reputations, business partnerships, and personal safety, even if they're never proven true. That's the dangerous power of viral accusation culture. In today's environment, a dramatic claim doesn't need verification to spread. It just needs emotional impact. The more shocking the headline, the faster it travels. Leaked footage. Arrest warrant signed. Federal sources confirm. Those phrases create authority, even when no official documentation is attached. And once the claim spreads widely enough, our corrections rarely travel as far as the original accusation. There's also a psychological factor at play. The Epstein case created deep public anger. Many people believe justice wasn't fully served. When unresolved anger meets high-profile names, the desire for accountability can sometimes override the need for verified evidence. People want someone to be held responsible, but responsibility must be proven in court, not constructed online. There's also something else happening here: the collapse of trust in institutions. When public confidence in government, media, and law enforcement is low, people turn to social media for answers. But social media is not an investigative body. It's an amplification machine. It rewards engagement, not accuracy. That's how rumor cycles accelerate. An anonymous account claims inside knowledge. A blog republishes it for traffic. A YouTube creator reacts to the blog. Clips circulate on TikTok. Screenshots are reposted without context. Within 24 hours, the rumor feels like established truth, even if it originated from speculation. The legal system doesn't operate like that. If a judge signs an arrest warrant in a case involving international trafficking and a global celebrity, it becomes public record. Major news organizations confirm it through multiple independent sources. Attorneys respond. Court filings are accessible. When none of those things appear, that absence matters. Another major risk is collateral damage. Family members, business partners, charitable organizations, employees. Unverified accusations don't just impact one name, they ripple outward. There's also a broader cultural impact. When serious crimes like trafficking become part of viral click-driven narratives without verified evidence, it can dilute the seriousness of real cases. It can blur the line between documented wrongdoing and speculative association. That confusion ultimately harms actual victims by making it harder to distinguish fact from fiction. This doesn't mean people shouldn't ask questions. It means questions should be grounded in verifiable information. Naomi Campbell has acknowledged knowing Epstein socially in the past and has denied involvement in wrongdoing. As of publicly confirmed records, she has not been charged with recruiting or trafficking for him. No official arrest related to those claims has been documented. That distinction matters, because once a name trends next to a crime this severe, see, even future corrections may not fully undo the damage. There's also a reputational paradox. If a celebrity responds strongly to deny rumors, critics may interpret that as defensive. If they stay silent, critics may interpret that as guilt. It's a no-win situation in the middle of a viral storm. And that's why viral accusation culture is so volatile. It operates on emotional certainty, not legal verification. The final risk is normalization. If society becomes comfortable circulating extreme criminal allegations without evidence, it erodes standards of proof. Today it's a supermodel. Tomorrow it could be anyone whose name trends in proximity to controversy. Accountability requires evidence. Justice requires documentation. Trending topics require neither. And that's the tension at the center of this storm. Right now, what exists publicly are viral claims, not confirmed federal charges, and understanding that difference is the only way to prevent rumor from becoming assumed reality. So where does this leave us? Right now, we have viral claims, dramatic headlines, and a wave of social media speculation. But no publicly confirmed arrest warrant, no verified federal indictment, and no documented charges tying Naomi Campbell to the crimes being alleged in these trending posts. That distinction is not small. It's everything. In cases involving federal investigations, especially ones connected to something as globally scrutinized as Jeffrey Epstein's network, official action leaves a paper trail. Court dockets update. Attorneys release statements. Major news outlets confirm filings through independent sources. If something that serious had happened, it would not exist only in anonymous posts and dramatic commentary videos. So what happens next? There are realistically 3 possible paths. The first, the rumor cycle burns out. Without official confirmation, attention shifts to the next trending headline. This happens often in digital culture. The emotional intensity spikes, peaks, and then fades. The second, clarification emerges, either through public statements, legal representatives, or verified reporting. Clear documentation has a way of stabilizing chaos, even if it doesn't fully erase online speculation. The third, new verified information surfaces. If actual legal action were to occur in the future, it would come through formal channels, not cryptic leaks. That's when the conversation would shift from speculation to documented legal reality. Until then, what we're watching is the anatomy of a viral storm, a major name, a historic scandal, old associations, emotional headlines, and a public still searching for closure in an unresolved case. It's understandable that people want accountability. The Epstein case left deep frustration and unanswered questions. But accountability only holds weight when it's built on verified evidence, not viral momentum. The internet moves fast. The legal system moves methodically. Those 2 speeds rarely match. Right now, the responsible position is simple. Separate confirmed facts from circulating claims. Question dramatic headlines that lack documentation. And remember that in cases involving serious criminal accusations, evidence is not optional. Whatever happens next, whether silence, clarification, or verified developments, it will unfold through official channels, not just trending hashtags. Until then, speculation remains speculation.